So Yaprak is the co-founder of GameJolt. So the platform that we're using for our GameJam, GameJolt, is actually got some Colorado roots, and she's going to talk a little bit about GameJolt itself, why she's partnering and supporting the GameJam for the Colorado Lottery, and then a little bit about Colorado and how she feels about that. So Yaprak, with that, I'm going to turn the time to you.
Thank you so much for having me and putting this awesome event together. I used to live in Colorado, actually. The goal was to just move there for about 6 months to enjoy the mountains, and I ended up staying for years. So pretty sad when I had to leave. But my name is Yaprak DeCarmine. I'm the co-founder and CEO of GameJolt. GameJolt is a platform for people to build and join meaningful communities around video games. We have built GameJolt to help independent creators grow audiences around their games while developing their games, so that when they're ready to launch or announce their Kickstarter campaigns, they actually have people to announce to. So as of today, we've had over 140 million people find their way onto our platform to play, follow, and talk about games. We have over 130,000 playable games made by individual people like you, and as well as studios with millions of dollars in revenue. So I'm happy to help out with the GameJam this year. Thank you for letting us be a part of the opening ceremony as well. This is super exciting. But yeah, I'm here to talk about GameJam, so let's get started. Through GameJolt, we've hosted hundreds, if not thousands, of jams to date. I've run some of the biggest jams in the world with the biggest influencers in the world. So if you're new to the world of game jams, I'd like to welcome you and give you a brief explanation of what they are. So a game jam is an event where participants gather online or pre-COVID physically to make games in a limited period of time. Sometimes this can be 48 hours, a few days, a week, and I've even seen jams lasting a full month. A lot of jams are built around a particular theme that is revealed at the start of the event. So in our case, the theme is monitor games. You can join a game jam by yourself, or you could find artists, programmers, audio people as teammates in communities like GameJolt and Discord. So we do have a community set up on GameJolt for this jam, so be sure to check in to find teammates there. Or you can also use the Discord as well, so it sounds like that's also set up. But yeah, game jams are a lot of fun because they allow people to experiment with different engines, game mechanics, and artistic styles. Many games actually start out as concepts in jams and then continue in development for a full release years later. And sometimes developers just need a break from the massive game they're working on and instead work on something new, right? So they might want to try a new language or engine, so creating a short game is the perfect outlet for experimenting and learning something new. As for participation tips in a jam, I would advise you to just come up with a small enough idea or concept for a game that you can actually finish within the window of time that you're given, right? So jams are not the place to make that dream game you've always wanted to make. That game will take you years to develop. So instead, come up with something fun that fits well within the theme of the jam. Another tip is to keep your team sizes reasonable and spend enough time planning out your game and assigning roles. So find a great medium for real-time communication like Discord or Slack that everyone on your team has access to. You can share your progress on your GameJolt page as well as Twitter. Our users love images and videos. You can run polls and get feedback from real gamers as you're actually, working on the game, which is kind of fun. And then when you're ready, to upload the game, make sure you give yourself enough time, right? Give yourself enough time to upload the game, but also to play test it as well. And I guess my last piece of advice is, remember that game jams are a social event. So be sure to connect with the organizers, but also other participants. So look at this as like a great way to, network and find people that you can actually work with, and maybe you'll work with them, down the road on a commercial game as well. So As a founder, I'm very grateful for the meaningful relationships and connections I've made in the games communities in Colorado. So there's some really great people there. I know Serenity Forge is here. He heads up like some of the best community Slacks and IGDA groups. So definitely get involved in those. They've led me to partnerships for GameJolt, speaking gigs at events, and some of my best friends. So I can't think of a better state, honestly, to be the next big thing in gaming and tech than Colorado. And I can't wait to move back.
Thank you, Yaprak. That's fabulous insight and great wisdom. I mean, if anybody knows about game jams, it's you. So thank you for your contributions and your support and all of your insights. We really do appreciate it.